Oh, wow. We are on the test server, and this guy is over the top good. In-game, you should be able to see his kit tomorrow, Friday on the 8th at 1 o'clock. Now, this is the test server, so it shows him at 7-7, but I'm guessing it's going to play out like Super Scroll, where it's going to be a 4-7, but we'll have to see. No official word on that. DD7 is going to start on the 20th. Yesterday, Gear Tier 19 went into the game, and oh my God, it is extremely rare, scarce, expensive. It's going to require tens, if not hundreds, if not a billion worth of gold to get all the characters up to Gear Tier 19, because just the uniques are 800,000 gold each, and you need 18 on each character, which is like tens of millions of gold just for that one of 6 pieces. The people that get Mephisto first, it's going to cost a lot. I don't even know how much it's going to cost. $10,000 plus 20. I have no idea. A lot of money. And this guy is bonkers, bonkers, bonkers. Let's get into the kit. I'm going to kind of go through the kit because he goes first, and then he gets to do a contract, and he gets to do it at the beginning of the battle. And it's bonkers how that works. So this character cannot be revived. While this character's alive, allies and enemies cannot be revived. On spawn, if this character is not a clone, so Mr. Sinister is not going to work, and does not have exhausted, so he's on defense inside of Crucible or War, you know, the second attack, he'll have exhausted. Gain speed, a lot of speed until this character's first turn, and if this character has any mythic enemies, gain charge. And I am going to go right to the empowered and look at that, because basically he's going first, and he's going to do a contract, and 2 of them do not attack, but they do really crazy things at the starting of the battle. Like right here, debilitating pack, which my understanding is, as far as the AI goes, that's going to be the default. Apply exhausted to all enemies. Lose empowered. Now, why is this a big deal? Because this absolutely neuters Black Knight. Black Knight's, you know, super cool, you know, attack where when he has the charge and he attacks back, blah, 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 does not work if he has exhausted. Well, Mephisto can apply exhausted to the whole enemies at the start of the battle. Now, by definition, what is exhausted? Exhausted is a decrease to armor, damage, focus, and resistance by 20% per stack, and it increases incoming damage by 20%. So at the start of the battle, he puts exhausted on all the enemies. That is going to absolutely neuter Black Knight. And it also is going to neuter one of the mechanics on Cosmic Ghost Rider. If this character is not exhausted, bury yourself and all out-of-time enemies for 30% of this character's max health every time an enemy uses ultimate ability. So if you're playing against Black Knight and you have Mephisto, you know, very first, do the ultimate contract. Now, you're not playing against Black Knight and you don't want to give your enemies an extreme handicap, which I think is kind of a big deal, you can do Weakening Bargain, which is apply Expose to primary target and adjacent enemies, and then apply Expose to all mythic enemies. Now, just want to quickly define what a mythic enemy. These are all the mythic enemies right here. So these are largely Dark Dimension rewards and Apocalypse and so on. Now, what is Exposed? Now, Exposed in itself doesn't do anything. Exposed, this character is exposed on never expired. So Exposed can be applied by like Nightcrawler. Vol has Exposed, so does Super Scroll. And then the passives on Super Scroll says this: enemies with Exposed cannot gain Safeguard, Deflect, or Evade. This does not prevent, prolong the duration of effects already on target. Once per turn, when any enemy exposed is attacked, this character and all enemies for 5% of this character's max health and barrier for this character of this character's max health. So that's what Exposed does when Super Scroll is on the board. Similar with Vol, it defines what Exposed does when Vol is on the board. Once per turn, any enemy with Exposed attack, steal 5% health from the most injured enemy with Exposed, and redistribute to this character. Fill speed bar for this character by 10%. Clear 1 effect from this character. Generate 1 ability energy for this character. And then there's a raids. Now, Nightcrawler does not have a passive like this, if you want to call it a passive, but Nightcrawler does have the ability to apply exposed. Well, if you go on your pre-turn, let's just call this a pre-turn on Mephisto, where he goes before the start of the battle, he can apply exposed to the primary target and adjacent enemies, and then applies exposed to all mythic energies, gain 1 charge. We're going to go over what that charge does. Basically, he can get up to 10 charges, and his stats just ramp up through the worth. Lose empowered, and then this is what exposed does when he is on the team. Cannot fill speed bar for themselves or allies. This does not apply to normal speed bar gain through normal means, meaning they can take turns, but they can't get boosted speed bar. This effect persists as long as this character is alive. So exposed is going to be a lot more important when you start mixing, you know, Mephisto with Vol with Super Scroll. Then let's say you want to do the basic. Well, this might be, you know, this is going to be very first. Attack primary target for 50% of the target's max health. Apply to vulnerable. This damage reduces the max health of the target by the same amount. It reduces the max health of the target by the same amount. So he's going to do 50% damage and then lower their max health. I mean, it's like a permanent 50% damage. Gain 3 charge. We're going to go over a charge and then lose empowered. Now, all 3 of these abilities cause him to lose empowered, and then he'll go into his normal mode. Let's just go into that. Same thing. Characters cannot be revived while this character's alive. Allies and enemies cannot be revived. So nobody could be revived. Not on the other team, not on your team. When this character loses empowered, wow, this is crazy. Apply the following to 2 turns to self and all allies. Safeguard, defense up, and offense up. So you're going to take this bonus turn at the start of the battle and put exhausted, you know, crippling your enemies by 20%, or putting out exposed and then getting all the shenanigans with exposed, or almost like half deleting a character before they even get to take a turn. Then the exposed gets lifted and your team's going to start off with safeguard, defense up, offense up. Apply 3 death proof to self and all allies. Apply trauma, defense down, offense down, and 3 blade to all enemies. This is before anything even starts. This is happening. Then put on a battlefield effect. And the battlefield effect is going to be on your side. And what does that battlefield effect do? On any turn, bury all allies for 5% of the character's max health. Okay. Allies gain 50% drain in armor. Yikes. Allies cannot gain trauma. Allies cannot have their speed bar reduced. Screw you, Icarus and Cersei. This battle fact lasts until cleared or to the end of the match. And so, as far as being able to clear this, I suppose Red Hulk could, and I believe Cosmic Ghost Rider have a way of getting rid of this battlefield effect. In addition to all of that, the charge mechanic on non-summon ally or enemy death. When anybody dies, gain 1 charge up to a maximum of 10, and his stats are just going to ramp up. 10% armor, damage, focus, and resistance per charge on this character. Now, I just want to, before we go into the kit, we haven't even got to the kit yet. This is just stuff that happens passively or before the match starts. Mephisto does have a native speed of 127. Okay, so let's go and look at like the normal Mephisto. That is just the empowered phase before the match starts. And everybody gets all those crazy effects and the battlefield effects is applied. What is this? The passive on him? Again, nobody can be revived. Your side or their side. On spawn, if this character is not a clone and does not have exhausted, gain speed bar into this character's first turn. If this character has any mythic enemies, gain charge. So he's going to get that stat increase, which maxes out at 10. On this character's first turn, if this character is not a clone and did not spawn with exhausted, become empowered. When this character loses empowered, all of this stuff happens. 2 turns, safeguard, defense up, offense up, apply death proof to self and all allies, apply trauma, defense down, offense down, and 3 bleed to all enemies. Then he has an anti-stun mechanic. First time this character gains stun, clear, stun, heal self and all allies by 20% of this character's max health. When this character or an ally drops below 20% max health, clear taunt from that character. And then this is re-explaining the charge mechanic. Same thing. Basically, you can get up to 10, then he gets all this extra stats. Gain max barrier. Gain 20% max barrier. Now, that's kind of important. The way barrier works in the game is that it goes up to 30% of max health, and it caps out at 30%. So this is extending it to 50% of max health. Adding a 20% barrier is a pretty big deal. Gain 50% max health. Allies gain 20% max health. Enemies can't gain stealth. And then it re-explains what happens when he's on the board and exposed is happening. Enemies with exposed cannot fill speed bar for themselves or allies. And this does not apply to speed bar gained through normal means, which is just taking a turn in the progression of the game. So what's going to happen initially? Well, Hellfire Blast is going to go off first. 3/3 low cooldowns. Attack primary target for damage. Clear 3 positive effects. Apply trauma for 1 turn and disrupted for 2 turns. This is crazy right here. This damage reduces the max health of the target by the same amount. They're just going to get weaker and weaker. It's bonkers. For this character and all Cosmic Ghost Rider, and this is just a call out. I don't know if people are actually going to play the Ghost Riders with him or not, but we'll see. For this character and all Ghost Rider, Robbie, and Cosmic Ghost Rider allies, flip all negative effects to positive effects, heal for 20% of this character's max health, fill speed bar by 20%. And this is kind of interesting, and I actually kind of ran into some troubles with this. If this character has any hero allies, apply taunt to 2 turns to all hero allies. So in the battles that I'm going to go into, I'm going to use Black Knight and Ms. Marvel Hardlight. They're tanks, right? So I want them to taunt. I'm just going to do that because I'm also going to be taking Super Scroll, and I kind of like the idea of having 2 heroes, 2 villains. Fine. If this character has any hero allies, apply taunt for 2 turns. Like I went into battle with like Void Knight, and then he had taunt, and then he got deleted. And I was like, well, I don't want to do that. If this character does not have any hero allies, apply taunt for 2 turns to the villain ally with the highest health. So maybe this will mean an all-villain team. Apply defense up for 2 turns to self and allies. Mind control the enemy with the highest damage to the primary target. The controlled character gains 50% damage for this attack, and quite often this was proccing the opponent's Super Scroll, and Super Scroll is just like almost deleting their opponent. It was crazy. Apply offense down for 2 turns to all enemies. All of this is bonkers. Then right here, for all mythic enemies, which is going to be Super Scroll, Dormammu, Doom, all of those characters, Apocalypse, apply vulnerable. Flip immunity, apply ability block for 2 turns. Attack all enemies for a lot of damage and apply trauma for 2 turns. This damage reduces the max health of the target by the same amount. Wow. Clear all battlefield effects on allied side and apply the battlefield effect mark of Mephisto. So it reapplies the battlefield effect, which is pretty impactful. So this is going to basically be applied at the start of battle anyways, but if it gets removed by, let's say, Red Hulk, this is a way of it being reapplied. On any turn, bury all allies for 5% of the character's max health. Allies gain 50% drain in armor. Allies cannot gain trauma. That's bonkers. Allies cannot have their speed bars reduced. That's bonkers. This battlefield lasts until cleared or to the end of the match. Now we got to look at this basic attack, and it looks like Striker is going to be a no-brainer. We'll go over the ISO assist counterattack. Attack primary target for 300% damage. Apply bleed for 2 turns and defense down for 1 turn. This damage reduces the max health of the target by the same amount. Oh my God, they're not going to be able to heal back up. It's like permanent damage. Rebound chain to 2 adjacent enemies for damage and apply 2 bleed for 2 turns and defense down for 1 turn. This damage reduces the max health of any targets by the same amount. If any ally attack is a crit, gain 3 regeneration for 2 turns, gain 1 immunity up to 3. If this character has ability block, this attack always crits. And then basically that's going to happen. Basically, if Mephisto has ability block, it's always going to crit. If any attack is a crit, gain 3 regeneration in 2 turns. Attack is unavoidable and cannot be blocked or counterattacked. Now I'm going to show what the ISO attack is, because this information will not be found anywhere other than in like a blog post or here in this video, because it's not in game. It's not on MSF.gg. And this is why I'm going to do Striker on him. ISO 8, counterattack, assist, attack primary target for damage, piercing, apply bleed for 2 turns, and defense down for 1 turn. This damage reduces the max health of the target by the same amount, which is just so good. On crit, gain regeneration for 2 turns. Gain 1 immunity up for maximum 3. This character has ability block. This attack always crits. This attack is unavoidable, cannot be blocked or counterattacked. So, in conclusion, is he good? Yes, he's amazing. He's going to be the best character in the game. And he's going to absolutely destroy Black Knight on defense. And we're just going to go into the arena. And I don't know, like, how many... I mean, I don't know. I don't think it matters what team I use. I'm just going to load it up here. And we're going to be playing against a... we're going to be playing up against an enemy Black Knight. And I'm going to do the exhausted right out of the gate, right? And then when I do the exhausted, basically all the effectiveness of Black Knight just won't work. So Mephisto goes first, like he goes first, right? And the third contract right here, apply exhausted to all enemies. All right. So, I mean, we'll just go over what that means. What that means is that we're going to basically start the battle off where all the enemies are going to have a 20% disadvantage on armor, damage, focus, and resistance. And they're going to increase their incoming damage by 20%. Never expires. Can't get rid of it. More importantly, Black Knight is not going to be able to do that ping that he's well known for. It completely neuters Black Knight. Get wrecked, Black Knight. Okay, we're just going to do that right there. And it reads the contract. There they go. They get exhausted. There you go. Oh, look at that. He goes again. He's going to go first, right? We've got the mark of Mephisto right there, right? All that stuff happened, right? Like, look at all this. Look at all these buffs. Defense up, offense up, safeguard, get wrecked. Right here, battlefield effect. It looks like it's not working, but there's a battlefield effect. Let's just go over what the battlefield effect is working, and it's bonkers good. I got to pull it up on the kit chart because it is so good. It's working right now. Let's see right here. Mark of Mephisto. On any turn, bury all allies for 5% characters max health. Allies gain 50% drain in armor. Allies cannot gain trauma. Allies cannot have their speed bar reduced. Okay, let's get wrecked. Now, this is going to do damage. It's going to have Black Knight, which a lot of this is not going to apply. But the main part that is going to happen is that on my side, 2 heroes are going to taunt. And this is going to call in the highest enemy with the highest damage to attack the primary target, which I believe is going to be Super Skrull, and Super Skrull is going to wreck their... Look at that. Look at that. It's going to wreck their thing. And now there's this icon right here. You can see that their max health is reduced. See that right there? The way that icon's working. And now we're in a situation where we can just ruin them, right? So I'm going to just knock down turn meter on these 3 and put ability block. I mean, it's going to be so easy, right? There you go. Dead. Dead. Okay. All right, let's see. Well, who do I want to kill now? I don't know. I would put an ability block over here, right? All right. Well, you're dead. All right, who do I want to kill? I think we need to kill Super Skrull right here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, right? Oh my god. Oh yeah, they're dead, right? Like not even close, right? All right, I don't want to win this battle. I don't want to win this battle. I got it because then I won't be able to replay it over and over again, which I'm going to want to do here in this video. Let's go up against, now that was not a very big team in the #1 slot. I can only attack 2 different teams here on the test server. And so there's like a #1 team and #2 team. So we're going to go up against the #2 team. The #1 team, which is 3 million power. So this is kind of a team that we see a lot. No Black Cat, but we've got Super Skrull, Apocalypse, so on, so on. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use the same team here, and we're going to do the special here, and we're going to put Exposed out there, which is going to neuter the team drastically. Now, we don't have to worry about hitting. All right, let's just do it right here. This will put it on super scroll, and then it'll hit these two right there. So they're getting exposed right there, right? All right, we're gonna just do that. All right, so whose Tomb Raider do I want to knock down? Why don't we just like ability block? I don't know if it matters. All right, let's just knock down Tomb Raider right here. And we got exposed everywhere right there, right? You see that? All right, back at you, right? All right, let's see. Let's knock down Tomb Raider right here. Yeah. Wow, 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 right? All right, let's see here. Let's just bounce through these two right here. All right, who do I want to ability block? There's Super Scroll taking a turn yet? Oh my goodness. Yeah, Super Scroll's not getting turn meter, right? There's Super Scroll's not getting turn meter because he's got the exposed. Bonkers, right? So this right here, the exposed on Mephisto is making it so that there basically is no turn meter gain, which is bonkers, right? It's just basically completely neutering the opposing Super Scroll, because Super Scroll takes a bunch of turns, right? And that's just not going to happen when he has this exposed. I'll have to go back and look at the kit exactly where that was, but let's just finish off this battle. Now, I want to do something kind of fun. Oh, no, I don't want to do this because this will end the match, right? All right. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to end the match. I want to go into battle just for kicks. 1v5. I've not tested this. I don't know what it is, but I don't want to. That would most definitely end the battle right there, and I don't want to do that. I want to see what happens in a 1v5 situation, just for fun. Maybe there, I mean, I feel like this is going to be crazy. Let's see. Let's go into this team number 2, and we're just going to do a 1v5 situation. Let's see. We're just going to drag some minions, I guess. Let's just see how that goes. I guess I can't go into battle without them. Let's just do this and just see how this goes. We're dragging in the dregs of Marvel Strike Force, and we're going to see if this means I can win or not. I don't know, but this is going to be bonkers if this does work. Now, we're going to do the ultimate pack just to neuter basically the Black Knight over there. Then we're going to hit, and then that should bring in right there. Ooh, look at that. Very good. All right, kick back the stun. Yeah, no stun there. Oh, I see what happened is he got the taunt. Ah, interesting. Yeah, he got the taunt because he has the highest health, right? All right, let's just see. We're just going to play it for fun. I don't know if we're going to win or not, but this is fun. Oh, no. Are we going to get deleted right here? Well, you can't do that. All right. Well, let's try. That didn't work. Okay. Let's quit battle. Just for fun. Now let's try something else. All right. We lost there. That was fine. But what happened there is that I did this special on Mephisto, and with this special, then suddenly he became he taunted, right? And so that means that he was like enemy number 1. Let's throw in Super Scroll right here, and why not Apocalypse, just for fun, and just see how these 3 do together versus the full team over there. I don't know if this is gonna work or not. I mean, we've got to deal with the minions there, and then we just go. I've just tried some random stuff because it's fun, right? All right, again, on this particular battle, I want to put the Exhausted on there, which will neuter the opposing Black Knight. Now, I feel like doing the special would neuter their Super Scroll, which might be more important because their Super Scroll is getting a bunch of turn over there. Let's see. Let's put the exposed there. That's going to stop that. Stop their Super Scroll from getting a bunch of turns. All right. The stun will cleanse. That's fine. All right, let's see. Let's wipe this down a little bit. Oh, take that. All right, let's go over here. Wow, he's just taking everything, right? Get wrecked. All right, and now, yeah, well, the Super Scroll just wiped everything, right? Yeah, that's game over, right? I mean, that will just wipe the board right there. Wipe the board. Let's go in, and I don't want to do that. I want to see the. All right, I'm gonna do it because I want to just see the animation on it. I haven't seen the animations on this yet. Go away! And look at that. Her max health is dropped forever. Oh my God. All right, let's go and do the battle at number 1 with the same team. And boy, this special on Mephisto is going to just cripple Super Scroll, because Super Scroll is not going to be able to gain all of that turn meter because of the exposed mechanic on Mephisto. Let's do the same team right here. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is bonkers right here. I just think this is so much fun. Enemies with exposed cannot fill speed bar for themselves or allies. So that basically is going to drastically cripple Super Scroll. So we're going to do that, and that's going to put the exposed on those 3 right there. And so they're not going to be able to get that bonus turn meter, right? I kind of want to build an all exposed team here in a second too. Yeah, why don't we just do, why don't we drop him down so that way we get exposed on everybody, right? I want to build an all exposed team next. We're going to use Nightcrawler, Vol, and just see how that goes for fun. All right, which way do I want to go? What's this chain all the way from Super Scroll all the way over to Apocalypse? There we go. All right, let's see. We might as well ability block you. Yeah, there's Super Scroll's not taking a turn. Is he going to kick it back? There it goes. Yeah, get wrecked, right? All right, not a problem, right? Not a problem. Let's go for fun, and we're going to, let's load up an all exposed team. So we're going to take in, what we're going to take in, the characters that have exposed would be Nightcrawler, Vol have exposed. So we're going to do that right there. Let's see. Well, we're going to get rid of you, and Super Scroll has it too. So we'll get rid of there, and we're going to load up Nightcrawler and Vol. Where are you, Vol? Vol, and then let's just drag in a random aim security. I don't know. I mean, random minion, right? It doesn't really matter. My favorite one is probably Hand Sorceress. So let's just load that up there. And Vol is a hero. So Vol should be getting the taunt right out of the gate. So, I mean, let's just see when Mephisto does the special. And what I'm going to do here, because I'm wondering if neutering Super Scroll is more important than neutering Black Knight. I'm going to try this. I'm going to do this special here, which is going to put exposed right there. See, on everybody on the team but Void Knight. So we're still getting the counterattacks, right? Yeah, look at that. The trauma just disappeared. You might have to rewind it there. Mephisto had trauma, and now this turn he doesn't. And that's because of the battlefield effect, right? All right, let's put the exposed here. So now we got exposed on everybody, right? So no bonus turn meter plus all the bonuses that Vol and Super Scroll give. All right, who do I want to ability block? Let's just ability block you and remove some turn meter. Oh boy, who do I want to ability block? I guess it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what we do here because they all have immunity. Probably could have just went for Super Scroll again, right? All right. Well, obviously this isn't gonna work. I mean, I just wonder, like how small of a team can you go in here with? I mean, all right. Well, there you go. You're glad you're here, and then that will. Watch this. See, like he's got the max health reduced right there, right? Let's just see how this looks. Whoa. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Max health is reduced forever right there in gray. Bonkers. Bonkers, bonkers, bonkers. Let's quit the battle. And I actually want to... I want to do the basic. I've never done the basic on the contract. So I want to try that on that harder team that has a 3 million power. And then we'll wrap up the video. Because this guy's gonna be just the best character in the game for sure. All right, so I'm gonna do the super basic on turn 1, which is the contract, right? The contract that he goes first, and we're gonna just do. It's gonna reduce the max health and do 50% max health damage. Like, who do I want to do? I think I'm gonna do that. Well, let's just do that. I mean, this is not optimal, but right here, we're going to do this. Attack primary target for 50% max health. Apply to vulnerable. Damage reduces max health of the target by the same amount. Gain 3 charge. Lose empowered. Okay, let's go. Yeah, look at that. It's gone. Forever. It's gone. Look at that. Can't go. Look at that. It says can't heal. Heal. It's like a super heal block, if you will, right? I kind of want the exposed on Super Scroll just because of the turn meter problems that Super Scroll is all about turn meter, right? And that'll eliminate the turn meter issue right there. All right, and why don't we put that on you? I mean, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, let's just put it on Apocalypse because Apocalypse, when he drops down to that level, then he gets all that bonus turn meter, which is going to be negated, right? Yeah. At a minimum, I mean, yeah, look at this. All right, let's see. Let's hit these 3. There you go. And Vol's got the taunt, right? And the Vol has the taunt because of Mephisto's special. All right, is Vol gonna just die right here? Yeah, Vol's dead. So when Apocalypse, oh my God, mind blown. So when Apocalypse does his special, he doesn't get the turn meter when he has exposed. Oh my God. Enemies with exposed cannot fill speed bar for themselves or allies. He can't get that bonus speed bar. So normally Apocalypse does his ultimate and then he goes into the super basic. If he has exposed, he can't. If you're fighting up against Super Scroll or Apocalypse, do the special. Their kits are neutered. Do the Mephisto contract special because that always applies to mythic enemies. Holy moly. This guy is anti-Apocalypse. He's anti-Super Scroll. He's a counter to Apocalypse. He's a counter to Super Scroll. He's a counter to Black Knight. If you're playing up against Super Scroll or Apocalypse, just immediately go into battle and do this contract right here, the middle contract. Oh my God. Well, we go here, empower the middle contract. Apply exposed to primary adjacent targets. This is going to put exposed on Super Scroll and Apocalypse. They can't fill speed bar for themselves. So Super Scroll is completely neutered. Once Apocalypse does his ultimate, he's not going to get the turn meter for the super basic. Speechless.